All right, we're getting ready to have a special ceremony, and we're going to do it right here in front of the sign here. And we're going to present the Asbury family with a special presentation. And I'm going to turn it over to Miss Debbie Johnson, and she is representing her husband who is out of town on official business. So I'm going to turn it over to her.
Thank you, and I just want to say Kathy Jeffers is bossy as ever. So anyway, Jimmy is not here. He is in Washington. He has met with Senator Blackburn, Haggerty, and all of those. So he wanted everybody to know how much he wishes he could be here. So anyway, I'm having to take his place. So I guess I give it back to Dwight. Okay. And behind me, if y'all don't recognize, when y'all see him, he's aged a lot. So I just thought I'd tell you that.
All right. Another person who was very instrumental in working with Mr. Asbury and keeping all this going at first was George Kilgore. George used to be the extension agent here in Fentress County, and he was very big in helping people grow. Did do a lot of things, but they was really instrumental in the pumpkin industry. And because it's the 30th anniversary, we've asked him to come back to help present this award. And so I'm going to turn it over to George Kilgore. Y'all give him a big round of applause.
Thank you, Dwight. One of the things I want to start off by saying, ladies and gentlemen, the old cliche of "there's no place like home" is very true. It's a pleasure to be here today. It's great to see all of the friends and family. People's walked up and said, "I want to introduce you to my granddaughter." And I said, "Well, when I left, you were this high." But they've all grown up, and it's a wonderful day to be here. It's a wonderful thing that we're going to do here for the Asbury family. And I want you to look at this family. What a great family that Jim Asbury was always proud of. Jim always loved his family, and Jim Asbury loved this festival. When Jim and I put this thing together some 30 years ago, Jim told me, he said, "George, this festival is going to go on after you and I are gone." And I said, "Jim, you know what? I think you're exactly right. So it's more than fitting to actually rename the Allard Pumpkin Festival the James Asbury Memorial Way Off." Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together. Congratulate Jim Asbury, my friend, and this Asbury family. There is a very special lady that I remember back when I was working here as a county agent doing 4-H work. She was a school teacher at the Allard School. And it's one of these things where they say behind every good man is a good woman. Nina Asbury is that good woman that kept Jim Asbury on the straight and narrow. Trust me. Very true. So, Nina, we're just so glad that you're here with us with all of your family. It's a great day. You can be very proud of each and every member of your family, and we just say thank you. And this new day of the James Asbury Memorial Way Off is just one of those things that you can be pleased with. I'm going to ask Debbie if she'll give me this plaque, and I'm going to read what's on this plaque. Nina, if you'll stand up here with me. It says, "The city of Allard, Tennessee would like to remember James Asbury during the 30th Annual Pumpkin Festival for his vision and efforts to establish the Great Pumpkin Festival and Way Off by designing the main event designing the main event as the James Asbury Memorial Way Off." Nina, thank you so much. Thank y'all so very, very much. I'm going to turn it back over to Dwight. I'll be around a little while. If I don't recognize you, that's okay. It comes with age, but that's all right. But again, thanks to the Jim Asbury family. It means so much to me to be here to present this plaque to the family and to Nina. and to say thank you for all the work that Jim and the family put together to make this festival what it is today, the 30th Annual Pumpkin Way Off and Festival. Thank you so much.
All right. Great award, great honor for the Asbury for the Asbury family, and the legacy continues, and we're getting ready to start our way off here at 10 o'clock. So just in a few minutes, we'll be going over here to the scales and starting our way off. Again, thank you, Asbury family, for coming and for all the dedication for the family has done. And Mr. Asbury years ago, and what y'all continue to do in the community. All right, we'll take a break and go over and start the way off. Thank you, George and Miss Debbie, for that presentation.
At Twin Lakes, we're not in the business of building networks. We're building communities in the Upper Cumberland and growing a future for our children and grandchildren. As we build our fiber network, we continue to discover what broadband access can do and are seeing it have an impact on so many sectors in society. Quality of life. That is what we're building at Twin Lakes.
Again, we would like to welcome you to the 30th Annual Pumpkin Festival, which has been renamed the James Asbury Memorial Pumpkin Festival, and we're thankful to the Asbury family for Mr. Asbury having the vision to do this, and George Kilgore, who worked with him tirelessly over several years, and the festival has continued. I'd say that George had no idea that 30 years from now it'd still be going on, and it's good to see him. He used to be the MC at all these, and does a whole lot better job than I do. But it's always good to see George, and he had a great passion for this as Mr. Asbury, and so we're gonna, I guess, bring on in Stevie the first entry for our apple gourd, and our first entry belongs to. I guess I'll get it off of there. Where is it? Samantha. This is Samantha Smile. Now, is there a staple down there? All right. The first entry on the apple gourd is from Samantha Smiley. Bushel gourd, I'm sorry. Bushel gourd, Samantha Smiley from Harn, Kentucky. And we're got it on the scales. Everybody's away from it. The official weight is 152 pounds. 152 pounds for Samantha Smiley on her apple gourd. I'm sorry, bushel gourd. We appreciate WDB, Kevin Ron coming and filming. We also have this year from WCTE on the PBS station out of Cookville. We've got Josh Deepin, who is filming it where they can show it at a later date. And so we appreciate them coming up out of Cookville to give us some coverage where this will get bigger and bigger. Hopefully people will see it and more people will grow. We have one more entry in the bushel gourd contest. Anyway, we would like to thank But they just going to pick it up and tote it in. All right. This entry, need to get to, is from Melissa Bess. Melissa is from Smithville. It just says Pine Creek on there. Didn't put it city, so I didn't see that. So Melissa Bess is from Smithville. Brought a bushel gourd up here, and we've got an official weight of 190.8 pounds. 190.8 pounds for Melissa with a bushel gourd. All right, so that takes the prize. And if y'all can turn around after you take pictures where everybody can get in the video. Do we want to present ribbons with it right now while they're here, John, or not? Or do we want to get with them afterwards? Well, it's gone. Huh? Again, we'd like to thank all the different sponsors. Philip Josie, First Volunteer Bank, Hall Family Pharmacy, One Bank, Kelly Kiesling, Fittress Farmers Co-op, John Mark Wendell, and I'm sure I'm missing somebody. The Pumpkin Run was sponsored by Hall Family Pharmacy. The Auto Show is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts, One Bank, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Dave Kirk Automotive. The Motorcycle Show is sponsored by Top of the Hill Cabins. Antique Tractor Show is sponsored by Wesley Anderson and Anderson Farm Service. The Children's Costume is sponsored by One Bank. The Homemade Pumpkin Pie and Pumpkin Roll is sponsored by Amanda Hicks. She is a candidate for the Fentress County Clerk. So here is our first watermelon entry, and it is from Hudson Cardesy from Harn, Kentucky. Hudson Cardesy from Kearns, Kentucky, with an official weight 173.8 pounds. 173.8. Let's give them a big round of applause. And then if you will come around to this other side where they can get you on the camera, please.
Our order is determined by the measurement of the watermelon, from the smallest to the biggest measurement.
We have these in order, how they're bringing them. They've measured them and come up with the length and weight estimated based on the length and the measurements. So that's how we're bringing them in. And so we will continue with that. This next entry is from April Miller from Tompkinsville, Kentucky. April Miller from Tompkinsville, Kentucky. Where's April at? Uh-oh, here she comes. All right. April Miller's watermelon from Tompkinsville, Kentucky weighs in at 149.2 pounds. 149.2. Let's give her a great round of applause. Then if you get on the other side, squat down for the cameras. We got all this. We're doing we're getting our pictures. Again, entry of April Miller, 149.2. This year, we have more watermelon entries than any other year that we've had the contest. So a lot of people have brought watermelons. A lot of the pumpkins and giant squash, I think, had issues with fungus, with different diseases, and too much rain. They grew too fast, and a lot of them split. I've heard from other people that were at other contests that their fruit grew so fast that it split open, and so they don't have as many pumpkins as some years we do, but we do have a lot of watermelons. So our next entry for our watermelon comes from Blake Roberts from Eva, Alabama. Where's Blake at? All right, here he comes. Did I say that right, Eva? Okay. Entry from Blake Robbins from Eva, Alabama, weighing in 171.4 pounds. 171.4. Great entry. Good looking fruit. We cut all these watermelons, we'll have watermelon for days. Again, we couldn't ask for a little overcast sky, a great day for the festival. Some years we come, it's hot. Some years it's snowing. We've got great weather conditions. I know that a lot of people are here from all over. We're glad that you've come to Allard, Tennessee, here in Fentress County for the 30th Annual Pumpkin Festival. We hope that you enjoy all the festivities. There's an antique tractor show. There's the car show, the motorcycle show. There's different events going down in front of the municipal building, and then all the craft vendors set up with food and things that people have made. So if you can't find it here today, then you just need to keep looking. I say you'll find it here in a minute. All right, the next entry comes from Samantha Smiley from Harn, Kentucky. Samantha Smiley from Harn, Kentucky. All right, this entry's weighing in at 180 pounds. 180 pounds. That's a pretty good sized pumpkin. 180 pounds. I mean, from a watermelon. I can't remember what I'm talking about. Y'all just have to overlook old Dwight. Samantha Smiley, Harn, Kentucky, 180-pound watermelon. All right, if y'all turn around just a minute before you and she did, okay. Make sure that the cameras are having an opportunity, because we sure do appreciate everybody coming out.
Since 1964, Monday Funeral Home has provided families of this area with the highest quality traditional funeral services. Our commitment to excellence and dignified care will never change. At the same time, we are open to new ideas, approaches, and uplifting suggestions on ways we can improve our funeral services and make them even more personal and unique for you and your loved ones. Mundy Funeral Home, Jamestown and Clark Range. Over 55 years of caring family service.
This is the sound of a blizzard treat at DQ. But it also sounds like a weekend bike ride, a post-game celebration, and a sunset on the dock. Wow, doesn't a blizzard treat sound good? Stop by DQ and grab one today, like new Oreo fudge brownie. Thanks for being the sweetest fans in the world. DQ, happy tastes good.
When it comes to Fentress County, no one supports it more than Fentress County Executive Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy says his door is open to anyone who has a concern or an idea that will make Fentress County the best place to live anywhere. Fentress County Executive Jimmy Johnson is working for you.
Fentress Farmers Co-op is your source for all things farm. Qualifying Tennessee Agricultural Enhancement Program products such as round bale feeders, mineral feeders, bunk feeders, corral systems, and livestock handling equipment can be found at your co-op. Stop by Fentress Farmers Co-op for more information on these and other products approved for TAEP purchase. Application dates for this year are October 1st through the 15th. Fentress Farmers Co-op, 1219 Old Highway 127 South, right here in Jamestown.
Dr. Josie, Fentress Farmers, Fentress County Farm Bureau, John Mark Wendell, Senator Ken Yeager, R&T Trophies, County Executive Jimmy Johnson. All of these have made donations to help carry on this program. Our next entry on the watermelon is from George Hudgens. George Hudgens from Eva, Alabama. All right, we've got a great entry here. 189.6, 189.6 pounds. Where's Eva, Alabama at? How far? Between Coleman and Birmingham. They had a pretty good ride to get here. How long did it take you to get here today? 4 hours. We appreciate somebody driving 4 hours to come to Allard to enter their fruit, and so we appreciate them. Let's give them another round of applause for having a great entry for 189.6 pounds.
While we got just a little bit of a break here, I want you to, let's give these fellas a hand. Dave Cantrell, the little short fella in the blue shirt up here from Knoxville, come up to help us. Jason and his brother Jeremy Terry, and then Mac McCullough. We appreciate them. They came up and really stepped up and helped us this year. Of course, Steve Smith there driving the forks for us. We tried to do some things this year to expedite everything and make it to where you don't have to worry about your fruit. We're really excited about this way off. This is as big as ones we have, and I think we'll have some site records here in just a little bit.
All right, our next entry in the watermelon competition is from Billy Roberts from Eva, Alabama. They grew a lot of pumpkins in Eva, Alabama this year is all I know. I mean watermelons. Rained every day. Are you Mr. Roberts? Anything you want to say out what you did to help get this to this size?
I went down to Nick Saban and checked in with him, and he gave me instructions when I was down there.
Oh, man. Well, I guess if he make you grow a big watermelon, that'd be okay. That's right. We're glad you came anyway. Beautiful day out. A lot of watermelons. Again, John has said that this is the most watermelons that we've ever had entered into a contest at our weigh off. So excited about that. And so glad that you brought your entries. All right, Billy Roberts from Eva, Alabama. They're picking his watermelon up, placing it on the scale. All right, watermelon from Billy Roberts, 205.4 pounds. 205.4. We broke the 200-pound record here. All right, 205.4 pounds. Great entry. Thank you, sir. Well, we appreciate you coming up. Hope that you will come back next year. We appreciate all of y'all who are here in the crowd watching this, who have come from all over, and we appreciate you being here to support this our festival. So we've got lots of entries, and so we're excited for everybody being here today. Okay, so far we've got a 173.8 pound entry, a 149.2, 171.4, 180, 189.6, 205.4. And we got 8 to go. Next entry is coming from Jerry Greenwell from Brandenburg, Kentucky. Jerry Greenwell. Where's Jerry at? Here he comes. All right. Jerry Greenwell's got an entry weighing in at 210.2 pounds. 210.2. Congratulations. 210.2 pounds. Jerry Greenwell from Brandenburg, Kentucky. Brandenburg, Kentucky. How long does that take you to get here? 3.5 hours. So we've got people traveling a long way to enter their fruit, and so it's exciting that people come from all over to be here.
Fentress County Road Supervisor Joy Reagan is proud to sponsor all local events in Fentress County and will be the first to help any way he can. So if you need Joy, give him a call at 879-7913. That's 879-7913, and he'll be there guaranteed. This is Fentress County Road Supervisor Joy Reagan's pledge to you.
What's for lunch today? Try the soda fountain at Hall Family Pharmacy. The soda fountain serves up fresh, hot daily specials for lunch, along with homemade desserts. We also have hand-dipped ice cream, milkshakes, and snow cones. If you're in the mood for a taco salad, meat and veggies, or our award-winning Reuben sandwich, make the soda fountain at Hall Family Pharmacy your one-stop lunch destination. While you're waiting on Sheila to get your order ready, browse our gift shop. We've got new items you'll love coming in daily. If you're looking for a midday pick-me-up, stop by Hall Family Pharmacy. You're sure to leave with a smile.
All right, we got another watermelon entry, and this entry is from Joseph Miller from Tompkinsville, Kentucky. Joseph Miller from Tompkinsville, Kentucky. What do you think it weighs? Hope it hits 200. 205.6. 205.6 pounds. Great entry, sir. If you'll get your picture there, 205.6 for Joseph Miller from Tompkinsville, Kentucky. All right. Some people bring more than one fruit to the contest. You can only enter one entry per individual. So we're letting them bring them, and we're going to weigh them just because they brought them. But the next one coming up is going to be just an exhibition entry. It will not count towards anything, but he brought it. We're going to weigh it just to let people know what it weighs. It counts towards his total weight in the Giant Pumpkin Festival, but it will not be, he can only have one entry here to enter to compete with other people. This entry is from Nick McCaslin from Hallsville, Kentucky. Did I say that right? Huh? Hallsville. This is his exhibition. What do you think? 233 is his guess. 232.4. Maybe he may have waited before he come. I don't know. 232.4. Great entry from Nick McCaslin, Hallsville, Kentucky. All right. Great entry. They seem to be getting bigger as they keep coming. The next entry is going to be from Frank Mudd from Vine Grove, Kentucky. And this is an exhibition entry also. Again, we would like to thank Philip Josie, First Volunteer Bank, Hall's Family Pharmacy, One Bank, Kelly Kiesland, John Mark Wendell, Senator Ken Yeager, R&D Trophies, County Executive Jimmy Johnson, Fentress County Farm Bureau, All right, entry here from Frank Mudd, Vine Grove, Kentucky. He's guessed 270. 270.2 pounds. 270.2. That's not bad for your exhibition. We don't know what his real one's going to be. It'd be a huge one then. Great entry, sir. Congratulations. 270.2 pounds for Frank. Let's give him another round of applause for growing such a large watermelon.
Memories. At the loss of a loved one, sharing our memories is so important. That's why we create a lasting legacy of life.
The funeral service was so moving. The photographs, the flowers, it captured a moment that we'll always remember.
Talk to one of our staff. We can help you with every arrangement effortlessly, economically, and help you create an enduring memory, a lasting legacy of life. Jennings Funeral Homes, sharing a legacy of life.
When you need to purchase land, you want someone you can trust to get you the best parcel at the best price. That means you need Allert Real Estate Associates, formerly Allert Land Company, who has years of experience and knowledge of the area and the business. Call them today at 879-8517 and let Allert Real Estate Associates make your property dreams come true.
The park. This is sponsored by Micro Metals and Top of the Hill Properties. Micro Metals and Company and Top of the Hill Properties. All right, this entry is from Bruce Terry from Helenwood, Tennessee, just down the road. Where's Bruce at? All right, Bruce. Bruce has the site record for the pumpkin here at the Allard Festival. What do you think this watermelon's going to weigh, Bruce? $250. Let's see what it weighs. 241. 241 pounds. Great entry, Bruce, from Helenwood, Kentucky. Helenwood, Tennessee. I work in Scott County, and I can't even remember the states I work in. Again, there'll be a parade. The parade starts at 3 o'clock. They'll be lining up at the far end of Allard on the Baseline Road, and it's going to start at 3 o'clock. So if you want to be a part, line up along the roads. You'll see a lot of cars and tractors and entries and beauty queens. So we would like for you to stay around for our pumpkin festival. Make sure you buy something, eat some of this great food, buy some of the vendors' crafts that they've made. There's lots of pumpkin rolls that have been made, and I'd say that you don't need to leave without one. Again, a great entry from Bruce Terry, Helenwood, Tennessee, 241 pounds. That leaves us with 3 entries left. Next entry is from Nick McCaslin from Hallsville, Kentucky. Hallsville.
Local problems come in all shapes and sizes. But if you're a Tennessee Farm Bureau member, you can get the help you need with local problems no matter what their size. From property tax equity to land use development and groundwater protection, Farm Bureau works with you and your local officials, offering the expertise, resources, and problem-solving skills you need on local issues. Farm Bureau in Tennessee, where membership means value. For more information, call Fentress County Farm Bureau at 879-8016.
When I say I'm going on a run in the morning, I mean a McDonald's run. Like to get the crispy chicken biscuit. It's made with a crispy, juicy, and tender chicken filet on a warm, flaky biscuit. Try one for breakfast. Mix and match the crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Get any two for just $4. You know it's going to be a good day when it starts with a McDonald's run. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Valid when product served.
268.6. 268.6. Great entry from Nick. Let's give him a great round of applause as he gets some pictures. 268. 268.6. 268.6. All right, we got Frank Mudd bringing in his official entry from Vine Grove, Kentucky. Vine Grove, Kentucky.
From championships to participation awards, MVP to most improved. If you want to show they're the best, go to R&T Trophies in Jamestown with any size trophies, plaques, and engravable awards and gifts. They also carry sports keychains, clocks, desk accessories, plastic engraved wall and door signs, and sports lapel pins. For more information, call Roger or Teresa Tompkins at 879-6575 or stop by their location in the H&R Block Building, because everyone likes to be awarded for a job well done. When it comes to a state representative, actions speak louder than words is Representative John Mark Wendell's motto. John Mark has been a majority floor leader, a member of the House Transportation, Agriculture, and Natural Resources Committees. Locally, he's been a leader in keeping state funding for York Institute, and if one of his constituents has a concern, then it's John Mark's too. So when it comes to state representatives, I guess actions do speak louder than words.
Right now, our big entry is 270.2, and that was from Frank, and that was his exhibition, so we're going to see what this was going to bring. Right now, the official large entry that's official is from Nick, 268.6. They're grunting, Frank. I don't know what that means. He's guessing 175. I believe it's going to go bigger than that. 291.2 pounds. 291 pounds. Take it. 291.2 pounds. Great entry, Frank. We appreciate you growing this, bringing it to the Allard Pumpkin Festival. Great watermelon entry. From Vine Grove, Kentucky. Our last entry is Jeremy Terry from Helenwood, Tennessee. Again, we've got a great day to be out. Great to be in a free country where we can come and do this. We're glad to be able to come to be here at Allard Pumpkin Festival, and we're glad that all of y'all came out. Jeremy Terry, right here he is. Jeremy, after he all right, Jeremy, what do you think? What are you thinking? Jeremy, what are you thinking?
My best is 290.5. I'd like to beat it.
His best is 290.5, just across the county line. Any special treats you did in growing this pumpkin? Just took care of it, huh? All right, we've got an official entry, 291.4. 291.4. Winner by 2 ounces. 2 ounces. 291.2. Before they pick it up, John's gonna present him the plaque. Give him a big round of applause for being the winner at the Watermelon Way Off at the Pumpkin Festival here in Allard, Tennessee. If we could get the top 5 entries to come in, they would like to get all that on the television. We've got first place, Jeremy Terry from Helenwood. Second place, Frank Mudd from Vine Grove, Kentucky. Third place, Nick McCaslin from Hallsville, Kentucky. Fourth is Bruce Terry from Helenwood. And fifth place goes to Jerry Greenwell from Brandenburg, Kentucky. If y'all will all come up and get around this pumpkin, and we're going to take a picture of everybody. Congratulations. Man, good job. Young. That's close. If y'all turn around and get on the other backside where the camera can get your shot, they would appreciate it. Let's give a big round to the Terry family. Now, we want their first 5 place entries. So y'all turn around where the camera can get you. Again, we would like to thank Mac McCullough, Jason Terry, Jeremy Terry, Dave Contrell, Stavey Smith for helping us run the tow motor, get the fruit off the pallets, putting them on the scale.
We don't always have time to get to the credit union. That's why we use mobile banking. With mobile banking, we can pay bills, transfer funds, and more, all from our smartphones. Now the time we used to spend at the credit union, we spend with the kids. My credit union is mobile, just like my family.
Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union, a better way to bank. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at ucfcu.org.
Today is the first day of the rest of your life, and you should look and feel your best. Cheryl Lester, owner of the Hair Zone in Allard, says, when you look good, you feel good. So she and anesthetician Heidi Eager invite you to come by and let them work their magic on you. And the Hair Zone also stocks a full line of CBD products to make you feel better. Call the Hair Zone today at 877-4077 for any occasion or just any day that ends in the letter Y. That's the Hair Zone in Allard, where they'll get your hair in the zone.
Union Bank has been your hometown bank since 1904, and we are proud to celebrate 117 years of customer service. With customers like ours, it's easy to celebrate your successes along with our own. When you choose Union Bank, you choose a bank that's here for you, but we are also a bank that's here with you and because of you. We know without you, our customers, we would not be 117 years strong. From each of us at Union Bank to each of you, we say thank you.
Union Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sunflower. The Sunflower, we've got an entry from Buddy Thorpe from Sunbright, Tennessee. Buddy Thorpe from Sunbright, Tennessee. 12 inches. 12 inches on the Sunflower from Buddy out of Sunbright, Tennessee. Congratulations, Buddy. Y'all give Buddy a round of applause for the giant Sunflower. Now we're going to start our watermelon. I've got it backwards, hadn't I? I say watermelon for the gourds and everything else. Our first pumpkin is Kylie Dixon. It happens to be my son. I'm proud of him. Kylie Dixon from Knoxville, Tennessee, got an entry of 116 pounds. 116 pounds. He grew one that went, I have to say, he grew one and entered into the Tennessee Valley Fair in Knoxville that weighed 560. Then he's got another one that's just going to be an exhibition. It's not we've got some issues with it. But anyway, he is growing pumpkins, giant pumpkins. Kylie Dixon, 116 from Knoxville, Tennessee. All right, first entry so far, Kylie Dixon, 116. Next entry is from Stephen LaPole. Where's Stephen at? Is Stephen somewhere in the crowd? There's just Stephen coming? All right. Stephen, we don't have your, where are you from? Jacksboro, Tennessee. All right. Got a pretty looking pumpkin. All right. Stevens' entry weighs in at 154.4 pounds. 154.4. Congratulations. First try. That's the way to get started. Thank you for entering. Thank you for coming up from Jacksboro to the Allard Pumpkin Festival. Again, we'd like to thank Ashley Gunner for keeping all the records.
What makes Himbo's Convenience Centers really convenient? You'll find everything you need when you need it, like your favorite snacks, needed grocery items, a complete deli, a delicious cup of fresh brewed coffee, and of course quality Gulf gasoline. And since you're on the go, how about a touch-free automatic car wash and vacuum system? Now that's convenient. Located on Highway 52 at the bypass and Highway 127 South next to the Armory. That's Himbo's Convenience Centers.
Every life tells a story, and just as each person is different and unique, their final arrangements should be a distinct reflection of their life, their accomplishments, and their one-of-a-kind personality. At Mundy Funeral Home, we uphold and honor the traditions of our forefathers while keeping an open mind towards the wishes and special requests of the surviving family members. Mundy Funeral Home, serving the families of the Upper Cumberlands with caring family service for over half a century.
Again, we'd like to thank WDB for being here recording this. Also like to thank Josh Deepen from WCTE PBS channel out of Cookville for coming up and recording to give us some recognition, some publicity, and some coverage in the Cookville area. I wish y'all could see the other side. The other side's the pretty side. As far as y'all looking at the camera.
That's when this one started rocking. Yeah. And this one was bigger than Charlie Bear. But we thought, well, we're going to let this one grow on to here because we grew it more here. So, it just couldn't hold on. But he said it will be less different for next year. Maybe we'll have. Yeah. But it's orange, so like, yeah, exactly.
This is the sound of a blizzard treat at DQ, but it also sounds like a weekend bike ride, a post-game celebration, and a sunset on the dock. Wow! Doesn't a blizzard treat sound good? Stop by DQ and grab one today, like new Oreo fudge brownie. Thanks for being the sweetest fans in the world. DQ, happy tastes good.
When it comes to Fentress County, no one supports it more than Fentress County Executive Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy says his door is open to anyone who has a concern or an idea that will make Fentress County the best place to live anywhere. Fentress County Executive Jimmy Johnson is working for you.
Fentress Farmers Co-op is your source for all things farm. Qualifying Tennessee Agricultural Enhancement Program products such as round bale feeders, mineral feeders, bunk feeders, corral systems, and livestock handling equipment can be found at your co-op. Stop by Fentress Farmers Co-op for more information on these and other products approved for TAEP purchase. Application dates for this year are October 1st through the 15th. Fentress Farmers Co-op, 1219 Old Highway 127 South, right here in Jamestown.
We'd like to say that. And I've called her name wrong this morning, and I'm apologizing. Amanda Gunner. I've said the wrong name, but let's give a round of applause to Amanda Gunner for keeping up with all of the records here behind the scene. I have said the wrong name. I apologize. It won't be the first mistake. Absolutely. Anything I can do to help. Now again, this is Kylie Dixon's entry. Stem rotted out, fell off Monday. So just got enough damage that it does not qualify to be an official entry, but we're going to weigh it. He brought it. Again, Kylie grew up here in Allard. Has been a part of the Pumpkin Festival, I guess, his whole life, and he's moved off and he's got into growing these things. Again, thanks everybody for being here. This is his entry. That's 886 pounds. 808. Wait, take your hand off, Kylie. Trying to get a little more. 868. 886.8. 886.8. Anyway, great entry, Kylie. Just bad luck with the stem. Rotting off. Anyway, as they're talking here, somebody else has lost one that weighed 1,700 pounds the day before the contest. So you never know what you're going to experience as you're growing this fruit. It was doing good. But anyway, I believe there's bigger entries, but this is a great entry for his first time growing them. 886.8 pounds. Good job, son.
Fentress County Road Supervisor Joy Reagan is proud to sponsor all local events in Fentress County and will be the first to help any way he can. So if you need Joy, give him a call at 879-7913. That's 879-7913, and he'll be there guaranteed. This is Fentress County Road Supervisor Joy Reagan's pledge to you.
Cool, crisp air, falling leaves, and shorter days. Fall is just around the corner, and that means two words here in Tennessee. No, not pumpkin spice. Football and hunting. Whether you're hitting the field or stepping into the woods, Hall Sports and Outdoors has everything you need to get ready for the season. Up your game with name brand clothing and equipment like Under Armour, Rocky, Columbia, and lots more.
No need to drive out of town for the best sports and outdoor gear. Order online or visit our store to see our amazing selection in downtown Jamestown. Follow Hall Sports and Outdoors on Facebook and Instagram for all the latest brands and sales. At Hall Sports and Outdoors, the outdoors are always open.
It's always a good idea to plan ahead. That's especially true of making funeral arrangements.
For one, your own wishes will be carried out. 2, the cost is secured. And 3, there's no added stress on the family.
Talk to us about pre-planning funeral arrangements. There's no obligation and no time like now to create a legacy of life. Jennings Funeral Homes, sharing a legacy of life.
When you need to purchase land, you want someone you can trust to get you the best parcel at the best price. That means you need Allert Real Estate Associates, formerly Allert Land Company, who has years of experience and knowledge of the area and the business. Call them today at 879-8517 and let Allert Real Estate Associates make your property dreams come true.
How would you like to have your own lobbyist, a legislative watchdog looking out for your interest? If you belong to the Farm Bureau, you already have one, a whole staff in fact, because Tennessee Farm Bureau keeps track of legislative actions and stays in touch with Tennessee lawmakers, protecting farmers year-round in the state government. Farm Bureau in Tennessee, where membership means value. For more information, call Fentress County Farm Bureau at 879-8016.
When I say I'm going on a run in the morning, I mean a McDonald's run. Like to get the crispy chicken biscuit. It's made with a crispy, juicy, and tender chicken filet on a warm, flaky biscuit. Try one for breakfast. Mix and match the crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Get any two for just $4. You know it's going to be a good day when it starts with a McDonald's run. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Valid when product served.
Am I pronouncing your first name correct? Yawson. Yawson Manus. All right. All right. From Bulgaria. All right. We've got a watermelon, a pumpkin entry. 383.6. 383.6 watermelon entry from Yace. God almighty. Y'all get a new announcer next year is what you need to do. 383.6 pumpkin entry from Yawson Manus. Congratulations. Great pumpkin entry. Nicholsville, Virginia. How far is Nicholsville, Virginia? 200 miles. Other people have. So this is their bucket list. They have a pumpkin patch farm in Nicholsville, Virginia, and they shut it down today to come to all the way to Allard Pumpkin Festival to be able to be a part of our festivities, and they can mark this off their bucket list. We hope you come back. Maybe we could do. Anyway, he had some giant bigger ones, and they bursted on him about like some of these other guys did. So the next three are all from the same family. The next one is Kathy Manus. Pumpkin Patch Farms from Nicholsville, Virginia. 200 miles? 200 miles to get here. We appreciate you bringing your entries and family to come be a part of the Allard Pumpkin Festival. Now I'm gonna get it right, try to. We got an entry from them, from Kathy Manus, and it is a pumpkin entry. All right. I get it right every now and then. Everybody, you got any secrets you want to tell us how you grew this, Miss Kathy?
Oh, you'd have to ask him on that, and he knows the secrets.
Knows the secrets. She's the main ingredient. She keeps him fed, so that's the main thing. All right, we've got an entry from Kathy Manus. 356.6. 356.6. Congratulations, Kathy. Anytime you drive 2 to 3 hours to get here, or 4, that's you're really wanting to come, and we appreciate it very much. Appreciate everybody coming out for the weigh off. Great crowd here today. When you get through here just in a minute, we'll be done. Then you can go and buy a lot of good food and enjoy yourself, and then the parade will be at 3 o'clock.
From championships to participation awards, MVP to most improved. If you want to show they're the best, go to R&T Trophies in Jamestown with any size trophies, plaques, and engravable awards and gifts. They also carry sports keychains, clocks, desk accessories, plastic engraved wall and door signs, and sports lapel pins. For more information, call Roger or Teresa Tompkins at 879-6575 or stop by their location in the H&R Block Building, because everyone likes to be awarded for a job well done. When it comes to a state representative, actions speak louder than words is Representative John Mark Wendell's motto. John Mark has been a majority floor leader, a member of the House Transportation, Agriculture, and Natural Resources Committees. Locally, he's been a leader in keeping state funding for York Institute, And if one of his constituents has a concern, then it's John Marks too. So when it comes to state representatives, I guess actions do speak louder than words.
We don't always have time to get to the credit union. That's why we use mobile banking. With mobile banking, we can pay bills, transfer funds, and more, all from our smartphones. Now the time we used to spend at the credit union, we spend with the kids. My credit union is mobile, just like my family.
Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union, a better way to bank. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at ucfcu.org.
But if it doesn't, then it's... Do what? All right, this is Mr. Manus's, Walter Manus's exhibition, pumpkin. The official weight, 508.4 pounds, 508.4. That's thick, that's got a thick on it in it.
Sheep manure and horse manure in there.
Sheep and horse manure, there you go. Congratulations. £508.4, and Mr. Manus has won the prettiest pumpkin award for the contest this year. Congratulations, Mr. Manus. Hi, how are you?
Today is the first day of the rest of your life, and you should look and feel your best. Cheryl Lester, owner of the Hair Zone in Allard, says when you look good, you feel good. So she and esthetician Heidi Eager invite you to come by and let them work their magic on you. And the Hair Zone also stocks a full line of CBD products to make you feel better. Call the Hair Zone today at 879-4077 for any occasion or just any day that ends in the letter Y. That's the Hair Zone in Allard, where they'll get your hair in the zone.
Union Bank has been your hometown bank since 1904, and we are proud to celebrate 117 years of customer service. With customers like ours, it's easy to celebrate your successes along with our own. When you choose Union Bank, you choose a bank that's here for you, but we are also a bank that's here with you and because of you. We know without you, our customers, we would not be 117 years strong. From each of us at Union Bank to each of you, we say thank you.
Union Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
What makes Himbo's Convenience Centers really convenient? You'll find everything you need when you need it, like your favorite snacks, needed grocery items, a complete deli, a delicious cup of fresh brewed coffee, and of course quality Gulf gasoline. And since you're on the go, how about a touch-free automatic car wash and vacuum system? Now that's convenient. Located on Highway 52 at the bypass and Highway 127 South next to the Armory. That's Himbo's Convenience Centers.
Now this one is from Walter Manus again. This is the entry that he has put in for the contest. 397.2. 397.2. Congratulations, Mr. Manus. If anybody is interested in purchasing one of these pumpkins, he's got more of them at home, and he would just soon not haul these back to that 200-mile trip. So if you'll be interested in buying one of Mr. Manus's pumpkins, if you'll see him, he will be glad to talk to you about it. Yes, sir.
Since 1964, Monday Funeral Home has provided families of this area with the highest quality traditional funeral services. Our commitment to excellence and dignified care will never change. At the same time, we are open to new ideas, approaches, and uplifting suggestions on ways we can improve our funeral services and make them even more personal and unique for you and your loved ones. Monday Funeral Home, Jamestown and Clark Range. Over 55 years of caring family service.
Again, we would like to thank our sponsors, Dr. Josie, First Volunteer, Hall Family Pharmacy, One Bank, Kelly Kiesland, the Union Bank. I may have missed that one before. The Union Bank, Clark Range Drug Center, Napa Auto Parts, O'Reilly Auto Parts, One Bank, Dave Kirk Automotive, Top of the Hill Cabins, Anderson Farm Service, Smart Bank, Amanda Hicks, candidate for Fentress County Clerk, Fentress County Farm Bureau, Representative John Mark Wendell, Senator Ken Yeager, R&T Trophies, County Executive Jimmy Johnson, Micro Metals and Top of the Hill Properties. If you see any of these people, make sure you thank them for their financial support to the Allard Pumpkin Festival. Cove Howard, Deer Lodge, Tennessee. Nice pumpkin entry. Good shape. Guys are taking the strap off. What do you think? What do you think it weighs? 550. That's what they think. Official weight, 497.6. 497.6. Great entry. We got the Howard family all around. I believe we've got maybe three generations of Howards here. How are you doing? Congratulations. Thank you all.
This is the sound of a blizzard treat at DQ, but it also sounds like a weekend bike ride, a post-game celebration, and a sunset on the dock. Wow! Doesn't a blizzard treat sound good? Stop by DQ and grab one today, like new Oreo fudge brownie. Thanks for being the sweetest fans in the world. DQ, happy tastes good.
When it comes to Fentress County, no one supports it more than Fentress County Executive Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy says his door is open to anyone who has a concern or an idea that will make Fentress County the best place to live anywhere. Fentress County Executive Jimmy Johnson is working for you.
Again, Bruce Terry has the Allard official record of 1,731 pounds, and Jason Terry has the Tennessee state record of 1,742 pounds. Y'all just gonna slide that under there, John, that little tarp, and pick it up? I think y'all can do that. Just a watermelon.
Fentress Farmers Co-op is your source for all things farm. Qualifying Tennessee Agricultural Enhancement Program products such as round bale feeders, mineral feeders, bunk feeders, corral systems, and livestock handling equipment can be found at your co-op. Stop by Fentress Farmers Co-op for more information on these and other products approved for TAEP purchase. Application dates for this year are October 1st through the 15th. Fentress Farmers Co-op, 1219 Old Highway 127 South, right here in Jamestown.
He thinks he'll go 18 or plus. All right, this one is from Robert Cyrus from Fort Gary, West Virginia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to work here. Let's put our hands together and go ahead and
congratulate these people right here. You're not going to see this anywhere else. This is exceptional, and this is what you came to see, and these people have not disappointed us here at the City of Allard, and they're way off for 2021. Anybody want to take a guess? I've got it at over 1,800 pounds. Anybody else? Could be 2150. What else do I hear? How much? 19. How much? 19. Is that your son's age or what? 19. Come on. 1975. I'll take that, but we could push the 2,000 mark, ladies and gentlemen. 22. Could be. Could be. Could be. We've heard Dwight talk about, do you have any secrets? Every one of these growers has a secret. Most of them aren't going to tell you. They're not going to tell you. They will tell you this, though. I pray every night over it. I pray every night over it. When you get this massive fruit that you have right here, ladies and gentlemen, it's one of those things that I guarantee you there's a light on it. There's a cover over it. There's a shotgun sitting beside you. Because you want to make sure that you get it to a way off somewhere. Somewhere. And we do appreciate these folks coming in from the City of Allard for this way off. From Virginia, Dwight said, how far did you come? 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever the case may be. Let me tell you, you put a fruit like this on the back of your truck, it doesn't matter if you got to go 6, 8 hours, you'll go. You'll go. Even if you have to borrow the money. That's why they have an ATM machine. You just keep putting it in, taking it out. And everywhere you go and every place that you stop, here comes the crowd. Here comes the crowd. Been there, done that. Jim and I used to have those 200 and 300 pounders, and we'd travel to the Tennessee State Fair, and every place that we stopped, people would come out of the restaurant, and they'd want to look and they'd want to touch, want to put their hands on it. And that's okay. But now let me tell you, when you get to this size right here, we don't like for you to touch until after we weigh it, okay? Because anything can happen. Anything can happen. And I'm not so sure. I'm hoping our forklift can handle this, correct? I hope. I'm not lifting it. You lifting it? I'm not lifting it. Used to lift them. We used to lift them. But then we got smart. And we mechanized. You know, 30 years ago, Jim and I sat right here in the restaurant, and we talked about putting this weigh-off together, and first weigh-off we had was down in front of the lawn, in front of the City Hall, just down here below us down here. And we weighed in the 100s, the 200s. I think the winning pumpkin at that year, some 30 years ago, was about 250, and we knew we had the world record at that time. And so we made our call in to at that time, the World Pumpkin Confederation. That's who was sponsoring the large weigh-offs at that time. And we just knew that they were going to send us the money, the plaques, the trophies, and everything for that 300-pound plus pumpkin at that time. We called our weight in, and on the other end of the line, we heard
made Jim mad, made him mad. And I said, Jim, apparently we didn't win. And he said, apparently not. So it's taking us 30 years to come to what you see here today. And I'm just going to tell you, 30 years worth of being associated with the Way Off and growing these giant fruits and vegetables, this is a real pleasure to see right here. Real pleasure. I mean, you're going to be able to go home and you're going to say, wow, up there at Allard up there, they had a pumpkin weighing whatever. We'll see here in just a moment what it weighs. I've heard a lot of people guess about the weight and what they think it's going to weigh. We'll see. It could be a ton. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Way back when, to give you a little history about these chickens and so forth, Mr. Howard Deal of Nova Scotia, Canada, is the person credited for actually getting all of this started. In fact, he has at that time, a patent variety called the Howard Deal Atlantic Giant. And that's where it all started. It started from his seeds some 30 plus years ago, and it has grown to what you see here today. And I can't remember the gentleman's name who actually grew the first 2,000-pound pumpkin. But he was gracious enough that he traveled all the way with that pumpkin all the way to Nova Scotia, Canada, to share it with Howard Deal. He and Howard Deal actually cut the pumpkin while he was there and took out the seeds. And it was just a great time knowing Howard Deal, and I was able to meet Howard Deal when he came to the U.S. Just a gracious man, very proud man, very humble man. And to see all of this take place over the last 30 plus years has just been a real pleasure for me. And I just wish these guys coming up here a lot of luck, because it scares me. Yeah, let the grower look at it and make sure that he's feels good about the placement of the fruit on the scales.
This is where you would hear a cry.
You got that right. Now, I don't know why. I don't know why, but if you look over there at the face of those scales, they're smoking. Now, if you remember, going back in time, somebody would always ask me, why is this one white? Why is that one yellow? Why is that one orange? The first thing you've got to remember, if you talk about the family of a pumpkin, this is really not a pumpkin. It's a squash. Okay? Squashes will dominate different colors more so than a pumpkin. So these are giant squash, but we call them pumpkins for competition. Okay? They're called pumpkins for competition. All right. Talk to me. Wait a minute. Get your hand off of it. Don't be hipping it. All right, let's look at it. Let me get over here, John. What you got? It's yours, right? You know you've measured it. You know you're close. 1980. Let's see what he weighed here, John. Try 2194. Congratulations. I want you to remember this day. Remember it. This doesn't happen every year. Oh, a new site record, really. No question about it. 2194. But wait just a moment. We've got another one over here. Give us a moment when we'll put the other one on the scales. Now that it's official, like I say, you don't mind people touching it. You don't mind people climbing on it. Because guess what? I won. But we've got another entry here. So this could get very interesting and get very exciting. So we'll give the guys just a moment.
Fentress County Road Supervisor Joy Reagan is proud to sponsor all local events in Fentress County and will be the first to help any way he can. So if you need Joy, give him a call at 879-7913. That's 879-7913, and he'll be there guaranteed. This is Fentress County Road Supervisor Joy Reagan's pledge to you.
What's for lunch today? Try the soda fountain at Hall Family Pharmacy. The soda fountain serves up fresh, hot daily specials for lunch along with homemade desserts. We also have hand-dipped ice cream, milkshakes, and snow cones. If you're in the mood for a taco salad, meat and veggies, or our award-winning Reuben sandwich, make the soda fountain at Hall Family Pharmacy your one-stop lunch destination. While you're waiting on Sheila to get your order ready, browse our gift shop. We've got new items you'll love coming in daily. If you're looking for a midday pick-me-up, stop by Hall Family Pharmacy. You're sure to leave with a smile.
Memories. At the loss of a loved one, sharing our memories is so important. That's why we create a lasting legacy of life.
The funeral service was so moving. The photographs, the flowers, it captured a moment that we'll always remember.
Talk to one of our staff. We can help you with every arrangement effortlessly, economically, and help you create an enduring memory, a lasting legacy of life. Jennings Funeral Homes, sharing a legacy of life.
When you need to purchase land, you want someone you can trust to get you the best parcel at the best price. That means you need Allert Real Estate Associates, formerly Allert Land Company, who has years of experience and knowledge of the area and the business. Call them today at 879-8517 and let Allert Real Estate Associates make your property dreams come true.
Local problems come in all shapes and sizes. But if you're a Tennessee Farm Bureau member, you can get the help you need with local problems no matter what their size. From property tax equity to land use development and groundwater protection, Farm Bureau works with you and your local officials, offering the expertise, resources, and problem-solving skills you need on local issues. Farm Bureau in Tennessee, where membership means value. For more information, call Fentress County Farm Bureau at 879-8016.
When I say I'm going on a run in the morning, I mean a McDonald's run. Like to get the crispy chicken biscuit. It's made with a crispy, juicy, and tender chicken filet on a warm, flaky biscuit. Try one for breakfast. Mix and match the crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Get any two for just $4. You know it's going to be a good day when it starts with a McDonald's run. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Valid when product served.
Yes. One of the things I want you to notice is the lifting harness that has been designed to actually handle these large pumpkin entries, and this all started up in the New England states. When they began to grow these pumpkins weighing over 1,000 pounds, they had to come up with a lifting harness that would put as least amount of pressure on all sides of the pumpkin as possible as they move it to the scales, move it back to the sites and this type of thing. And one of the things I want you to notice, and one of the things that is really critical and really important in moving these large specimens. Notice that you have two tarp straps up here by the stem. You have two on the side, and you only have one on that back end. Now the reason for that, the thinnest part of this pumpkin is the back side. So if you put too much pressure on that back side, you'll pop it. It'll crack. It'll go boom. So that's why they designed this where you have two straps up here in the front is taking the brunt of the frontal weight. The two side straps are taking the bulk of the weight, and actually that strap on the back is there just to help balance and kind of keep it together. But if you put too much pressure on that back side, it will bust, because that's the thin side. That's the thinnest portion of this pumpkin. When this gentleman goes to cut this pumpkin open, this area right here in the front, up here by the stem, that's going to be probably in the neighborhood maybe 18 to 20 inches thick. And it will get narrow as it goes to the back end. But this pumpkin here is pretty solid all the way through, but making the front, making those straps take the brunt of the pressure here in the front is very critical. The two on the side, the one in the back is basically for balance. Back when we started this some 30 years ago, we got some of the guys just here locally to raise them up, push them forward, put a tarp under them, get on each corner and lift it up and put it on the scales. After about 3 years, those folks that we used to do that every year said, no more. Ain't doing that no more. Ain't gonna do that no more. I'm too old, my back's too weak. You're gonna have to come up with some better idea. So we decided to use the football team from York Institute. Bring in those big linebackers and those big linemen and bring them out here. We did that for 2 years. Then we got a letter from the coach of York Institute football that said, no more. These boys are the same as broke down at 16 years old in their back, and we know where it came from. I don't really think that was true, but we did have to come up with a different idea to move these large specimens onto the scales. We were able to pattern the harness that you see here to work here at Allard, and it certainly takes a lot of that stress away. Now you noticed and you watch these guys, these smaller pumpkins with the tarps, you can still lift these things up and 2 or 3 can get it on to the tarp. But when they get to the size of this, this is something a little bit different. Now I've actually seen pictures of some of the guys up north that in the field they couldn't get the tow motors in the field because it was too wet and they had to get on the road to get to a way off in their area. So what they did, and I'm sure somebody knew somebody at the local electric company that had a boom truck. So we saw pictures of the boom truck backing as close as it could to the field. They ran the big boom out. They used this apparatus that we patterned hereafter, and they were actually able to raise it up and move it out of the field. You come up with some really ingenious ways and ideas because you got to get it out of the field. It can be a 3,000 pounder, but if you can't get it to an official site, to official way off, it's null and void. Doesn't matter. You can tell everybody all day long. But until it gets on the scales and you get that official weight, that's when you can do the bragging. That's when you can do the talking. And we're going to give the guys here just a moment to bring their final entry in. This entry belongs to Scott Baijuk. Is that right, Scott? Did I pronounce it right? Baijuk? He's out of Kentucky. I find that hard to believe. Kentucky, please, come on. Come on. But anyway, Jim and I used to laugh and talk about what are we going to do when we have people come from out of state to have entries here? And I said, well, Jim, it's an open competition. It doesn't matter where they come from. And Jim would say, yeah, but I don't like them. When I said, Jim, there's nothing we can do about it. They got to come. The Terry boys. You know, they come over here and they snuck over here and they brought some of those big pumpkins over here and just kind of blew everybody out of the water, and which is great. And I told Jim, I told him and I told him and I told him, I said, Jim, if you want to stop something, stop those boys out of Oneida. Don't let them cross the river because they're going to come over here and they're going to take away our money. And guess what? They did. And that's all right. And we can congratulate the Terrys and the boys from Oneida and across the water. But now we got this guy out of Kentucky. Scott Baijuk, B-A-Y-U-K. Almost sounds like he's out of Louisiana. But he says Kentucky. I think it says Columbia, Kentucky on the entry form. So we're going to let him stay there. One. He has the state record in Kentucky as of last week at 1882. Okay, now think about that just a moment. 1882 last week. And now he's got another one. How do you do that? You know, Jim and I used to talk about if we could only get one. If we could only have one. These boys now are growing 2 and 3 in the field. Big ones. So it's one of those things of the genetics has gotten very, very competitive. Very, very exciting to have an entry like this. I'm just really impressed with the palate. Wow. You know? He did a lot of work just to build that pallet to put this pumpkin on there. Okay, Scott. Let's get it on the scales, and then we're going to talk a little bit with Scott. And I'm going to try to get him to tell me his secret. I don't think it's going to happen to you. We'll make him spill his guts or go home. Yeah, that old Kentucky thing. That horse manure, that's what it is, yeah. And bluegrass stuff over it. You don't believe that, do you? So do I. Okay, watch this now. Watch these guys very, very carefully put this strap on this pumpkin. This is a little different shape. So they have to place these straps in those critical areas to keep this pumpkin from cracking, bursting, because I'm sure Scott has some other plans for this pumpkin. Oh, me. Here we go. Watch him, Scott. You know, this gets really, really tense and really exciting, especially for the grower. It's been dealing with this for over 120 days, 150, 160, depending on the weather conditions, maybe 170. If you look on the Howard Deal Atlantic Giant Pack, it says 150 days. I never could get one anywhere near this size in 150 days. To be that 300 or 400 pounds, it would always take that 160, 165. And that's the thing about the competition with these giant fruits, not only the watermelons, the pumpkins, the green squash. I don't know about these gourds still amaze me. That's something in its own category. But these things, as they grow, they mature, and there's that maturity time. And when that fruit matures, and it has about 2 weeks to settle out, that's the time that you want to get it to a weigh-off. So you count the days back to the weigh-off that you're shooting for to go to, and you want to make sure that you get it at the optimum time to get it to the weigh-off when it weighs its heaviest. Because once you cut that stem, it starts going. And it'll lose anywhere from 2 to 5 pounds in a 24-hour period. So you got to get it where you're going as quickly as you can. So there's a lot of things like that as a grower you have to keep in mind. Getting it to the closest weigh-off as possible. And of course, in our case here at the City of Allard, we're the Greater Pumpkin Commonwealth, which takes these official weights, makes them work. Where we are with this entry, one of the things we have to make sure of that once you get it up and we can look under the bottom and look at it, that it's a credible entry, that there's no signs of any soft spots underneath, that there's no fluid running from any place underneath. And that's what the guys are looking at right now to make sure that this is a credible entry and it can be put on the scales and the weight can be recorded. So that's where we are right now. So John Gunner with the UT Extension Service, he's the official person that can make that call.
Test. All right, guys. I don't know why I get to have the mic right now, but the fruit, it's leaking underneath. So you can stick your finger up through it. Nobody else's call. It's on me, but we got to do what's right. And it's leaking, so it's a damaged fruit. And so if you want to get mad at anybody, you can get mad at me, but I got to go to bed tonight. He did a heck of a job. I hate it. You don't know how bad I hate this, but this one have to be damaged, and I hate it because I know he brought his wife and kids up. He's already got one state record. But the rules are rules, and I'm not a bad stickler, but we kind of have to go along with that. And I'm sorry. Oh, we're gonna weigh this baby anyway. Yeah, we're gonna weigh it. Matter of fact, let's give Scott a big hand either way. I mean, this is a killer fruit. Amazing, amazing. So I'm sorry about that. That's on me, but that's kind of the rules of the deal. And I hope this doesn't deter Scott from coming back to us someday soon. So we love him, love all of you. We'll go ahead and get this fruit on. I'll turn it back over to Dwight or George, whoever's got it.
Thank you, John, for making that official call. But like we say, we are going to weigh it to give us an idea of what we're dealing with here. Going back in time, our first weigh off that we had it here at the City of Allard, like I said earlier, we had it down in front of the City Hall. Jim Asbury had a watermelon, and he was so proud of that watermelon. Jim knew the watermelon would weigh over 100 pounds. Nowhere near what we have here today, but at that time, some 30 years ago, a 100-pound watermelon was a big watermelon. So we all loaded up and we went to Jim's farm, which is just down the road on the left down here, and we went to pick it up to get it to the weigh-off site that morning. And when we went to get it and we picked it up, a mouse had eaten a hole all the way through and gotten all the goodie out. And so Jim, being Jim, picked it up. I won't repeat what he said, but anyway, threw it into the hog pen, and that was the end of his watermelon career. He never grew another watermelon for competition after that. So we hope, like John alluded to, that Scott will be back here with us, a fellow that can have the state record in Virginia. It's something to be proud of, and I'm proud of this fruit right here. One of the things I want to ask Scott, knowing the deepness of this area back here, was this pumpkin grown under cover? Yes. Because what you have back there in the back, as you can imagine, if it's out in the field and it's not covered, you have a water trough. Water will stand in there, and if water stands in there for too long a period of time, it will cause it to rot. So I'm sure that Scott had it covered in some fashion, some way, somehow, to prevent that from happening. And you can definitely see that there's no signs of any water damage at all. So John, let's look at it and see what it says. I'm going to have to get over here where I can really see this. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and congratulate Scott on 2376. 2376. Congratulations, Scott. Good job. 2376. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll give the guys a moment to get the tarp back on there and get it back over there out of the way where you can have your picture made with it if you so choose. I'm going to turn the mic back over to Dwight. And again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me here today. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for coming and being a part of this 30th Allard Pumpkin Festival, to next year be known as the Jim Asbury Memorial Weigh-Off. Thank you so much. Dwight?
All right, if we can get our top 5 growers to come back to where we can get a picture, please. That would be Robert Cyrus, Cove Howard, Walter Manus, Jason Manus, and Kathy Manus. Folks, we appreciate it. If y'all all come that way, we get a group picture. Already called. All right, everybody, and then 5th place, and then 6th place is Stephen LaPole, and 7th place is Kylie Dixon. If they will come forth, they'll get their ribbon. Did we already give the prettiest pumpkin award out? Again, everybody, we appreciate you coming out to the Pumpkin Festival. We thank George Kilgore for coming and making their presentation to the Asbury family. And finishing up the official weigh-off. Again, if all of our winners will come forth, Robert Cyrus, Cove Howard, Walter Manus, Jason Manus, Kathy Manus, Steve LaPole, and Kylie Dixon. Y'all all will be receiving, we give places to the top 10 spots in the pumpkin weigh-off.
At Twin Lakes, we're not in the business of building networks. We're building communities in the Upper Cumberland and growing a future for our children and grandchildren. As we build our fiber network, we continue to discover what broadband access can do and are seeing it have an impact on so many sectors in society. Quality of life. That is what we're building at Twin Lakes.
Federal Credit Union, Dairy Queen Co-op, R&T Trophies, the Hair Zone here in Allard, Jimmy Johnson, County Executive, State Representative John Mark Wendell, Union Bank, Hall's Family Pharmacy, Joy Reagan, Fentress County Road Assessor, and also Henbo's Convenience Center, Jennings Funeral Home, Allard Real Estate Associates, and the Monday Funeral Home, our sponsors for our live broadcast of the parade. It's getting to get our way right now. It's coming our way as we speak. Welcome to everybody on Facebook, CLTV, and listening on WDEB. We appreciate y'all joining us as the parade makes its way toward us. We're going to have at least 55 entries in this parade, so it's going to be a big one, folks, and we're getting ready to kick it off here in just a moment. But first, let's take a quick time out for a word from our sponsors and get one of our sponsors in, and then we'll be back with more from the Allard Pumpkin Festival Parade, the 30th anniversary.
Since 1964, Monday Funeral Home has provided families of this area with the highest quality traditional funeral services. Our commitment to excellence and dignified care will never change. At the same time, we are open to new ideas, approaches, and uplifting suggestions on ways we can improve our funeral services and make them even more personal and unique for you and your loved ones. Mundy Funeral Home, Jamestown and Clark Range. Over 55 years of caring family service.
And back here at the Allard Pumpkin Festival Parade, where they're getting closer to us right now. Still got a lot of stuff going on out here in Allard, folks. If you want to come on out, the 30th anniversary of the Allard Great Pumpkin Festival going on, and they've had a lot of stuff. They had some great weigh-offs today. We'll talk about that in a little while. We'll have the winner of the pumpkin weigh-off today, and a tough break for one of the competitors in the Allard Pumpkin Festival as well. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well, but we got a lot of stuff coming up. Still going on tonight. You got music up until about 6 tonight, as we've got music from, let's see, Higher Ground's going to be playing at 5 o'clock, and let's see, I'm trying to see who's playing after the parade. I've got my list somewhere, but I can't find it right now, so we'll. Okay, it's Southern Comfort's going to be playing at after the parade, and then following the Southern Comfort, they're going to have music from the group Higher Ground as we're getting ready for the parade to get to us right now. Great crowd here at the Allard Pumpkin Festival today. They had a huge turnout, and they really appreciate all the folks in Allard. A lot of pumpkins and watermelons. Folks, they had some big watermelons today, as they had some, the winning watermelon weighed 291 pounds and 4 ounces, beat the number 2 by 2 ounces. So that's how close it was there. So a good way off today, and we've got a lot of entries in this parade, got a lot of stuff coming our way. As we're led by the Sheriff's Department, they're throwing out candy to all the kids, and we appreciate the Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Michael Reagan, always willing to help us out any way possible and help out the city of Allard. We appreciate him. And behind that, we got Derek Schote and Coy Flowers coming through, and they've got the American flag and the Tennessee flag. And they'll come through with that. And then we got some nice horses. Then we got Coy Flowers in the big wagon being pulled by the 2 nice mules. Some pretty horses coming in the parade. Now we got one of those classic cars. Folks, if you didn't get here for the classic car show, you missed a great one. This one of the biggest. They had to turn cars away. They had so many. And that's going to be our Grand Marshal in there with that. That's George Kilgore. Be listening. I've got a very special interview with George. We'll talk with George maybe tomorrow night on our news as George comes through. George was one of the originators of the Allard Pumpkin Festival and Way-Off, and we appreciate him a bunch. And then we got the winning pumpkin, which is Robert Cyrus out of West Virginia. He had a pumpkin weighing 2,194 pounds and 4 ounces, and he is the winner of this year's annual Allard Pumpkin Festival Way-Off, and congratulations to him. We had a good interview with him earlier as well, and we appreciate him talking with us. Now, what we talked about earlier, they actually had a pumpkin that weighed 2,376 pounds by Scott Baijuk out of Kentucky. It could not be considered in the weigh-off, so that was a tough break for him. It was a great pumpkin. I had a chance to talk with him too. We'll have that coming up on our future newscast. We'll talk with some folks from the Pumpkin Festival, and also you'll see that on the weigh-off as well. Dwight Dixon moving through. Dwight, of course, retiring this year from the USDA and the Soil Conservation Office, has been a long time agent with USDA and has worked great with him. And now we got Miss Pumpkin, Sophie Story, moving through, and she's also the 2021 Miss Mountaineer as well, so a dual winner here. Then we got one of the great old tractors. That's something we have a lot of here, is the old tractors, and moved through one of the old Internationals. I used to ride one of those years ago, folks. Not fun at all out in the field. I'm not going to lie to you. They're no fun at all. It's a 1950 Farmall, and then behind that we got the junior Miss Pumpkin, Miss Ashton Page Napier. She's come through in the Jeep, waving to the crowd. And then behind that we should have the petite Miss Pumpkin, Zoe Gibson. And Zoe Gibson, the petite Miss Pumpkin. My daughter was actually the first ever petite Miss Pumpkin, so she made me say that, folks. Yes. Behind that we have the Pumpkin Princess, Maddie Garrett. Then behind that we've got the junior Pumpkin Princess, Miss Tinley York, coming our way. And Tinley riding on the Jeep, and she's coming down through throwing out candy to the kids. A lot of pageants, a lot of really pretty young ladies here, folks, in this county as she moves through the 2021 Junior Princess. And there's Adam. Throw me one, Adam. Up. Good shot. And then behind that, we got Carly Brown, the little pumpkin princess, tiny Miss Standing Stone, and we Miss Tennessee Elegance, Carly Brown. She's a 3-time winner. And then behind that, we have the wee pumpkin princess, Miss Hazley Robbins. And let's see, I've lost where I'm at on the list here. And then behind that, we have the Little Pumpkin Bloom, Miss Berkeley Matthews. And we got a little bit of a break, so let's take a quick break, Kevin, and we'll be back with more from the parade after this.
This is the sound of a blizzard treat at DQ, but it also sounds like a weekend bike ride, a post-game celebration, and a sunset on the dock. Wow! Doesn't a blizzard treat sound good? Stop by DQ and grab one today, like new Oreo fudge brownie. Thanks for being the sweetest fans in the world. DQ, happy tastes good.
And right back here, we got some of those classic old tractors as we got a nice little lawnmower there. It's I'm not sure, I don't have a list of those as they come through, but that is a nice old Suburban. Folks, I should have brought my 69 International Cub Cadet, and Amber could have rode on that one. So I got a 69 International Cub Cadet lawnmower, and then we got a good old Farmall Cub. Nothing like a Farmall, folks. Used to ride them a lot back in the day. And then we got another good Ford tractor coming up behind that one. Rode a lot of Farmalls, folks. He grew up on a farm, on a lot of Farmalls. And that tractor coming through, a nice old tractor. That's one of the things you got to see if you're at the Pumpkin Festival is the tractor show. They got a lot of great old tractors and new ones as well. Then we got the 2021 second runner-up, Pumpkin Princess, Lenny Canancer. And then behind that, the second runner-up, Pumpkin Bloom, County also Courtney Canancer. And then Kimber Canancer, the runner-up Miss Mountaineer and runner-up Pumpkin Princess. And looks like we got another break, so we'll take a break and we'll be back with more from the parade right after this.
When it comes to Fentress County, no one supports it more than Fentress County Executive Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy says his door is open to anyone who has a concern or an idea that will make Fentress County the best place to live anywhere. Fentress County Executive Jimmy Johnson is working for you.
And back here, we're getting more of our pageant winners coming up, and I've lost my place. As this is a Little Pumpkin Seed Queen, Miss Canberra Lynn Cook, and Evelyn Grace Cook, the Wee Pumpkin Princess, third runner-up. So a couple of winners on that one. And I may be back to where I'm at now. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit behind or I'm way ahead or something. I'm not sure where I'm at. But anyway, we've got, looks like our first float coming through. And a nice float coming up. Got some corn stalks, got some mums. You know, mums are the thing of the year. And it's the Asbury family. And, of course, you know, this year they renamed the Way-Off to the James Asbury Memorial Way-Off. And much deserved honor there as he did a lot to get the City of Allard this Allard Pumpkin Festival. And then we've got some tumblers behind that as they come through and waving to the crowd. And they were performing down there just a moment ago. And here they go again, doing some performances in front of us as they walk through. I can't even walk and do that. I could definitely not walk and tumble at the same time. And then behind that, we got K&C Dance Studio, Dance Elite. They're located right over here behind the Burnett's Grocery Store in Allard. Then behind that, we got some little Polaris vehicles, a little dune buggy, a little side-by-side. And behind that, a tractor, an old lawnmower, hauling a little trailer carrying out some pumpkins and sunflowers. Then got a classic old motorcycle there. Behind that, we got our first bunch of cheerleaders, the Allard Lady Wildcat cheerleaders. Allard Lady Wildcats coming through, waving to the crowd. Allard Fire Department. And then behind that, we have another member of the Allard Fire Department. Allard Fire Department turning out. City of Allard does a great job getting this ready, folks. Good. A big thanks to Adrian, Mike, and Matt, the guys at Allard, as well as Tasha and Robin. And we'll even throw in a plug for Mayor Clark. If I don't, I'll be in trouble when I go home. As the Allard Fire Department moves through, waving to the crowd as they're coming slowly up through here. We've got more fire trucks and then a whole lot more, folks. This parade still goes on for quite a ways as we are, we are at the fairest of the fair coming up. Or actually, we've got another fire truck from the Allard Fire Department. Thank Fire Chief Larry Cooper for getting the fire departments out here and running this parade. Not sure when the annual fire prevention parade is, but it'll be up for long, folks. You want to see the firepower that the fire department has. You'll have to see them when they come in that as they move through, waving to the crowd. And, yeah, that's the Clark Range Volunteer Fire Department there. Then behind that, we got Miss Hannah Can Answer. She is the fairest of the fair this year, the 2021 fairest of the fair, moving through. Hannah waving to the crowd. She is the 2021 Fentress County Fairest of the Fair as Hannah moves through. And then behind that, we have the Fentress County Fairest team. That is Haley Delk. Moving through. Jaylee Delk, the team Fairest of the Fair. Jaylee moves through. And then behind that, we have the Junior Miss Fairest of the Fair, Isabella Singleton. Isabella coming through, throwing out candy to the crowd. And behind that, we have the Fairest Princess of the Fair, Nella Ramsey. Nella Ray waving to the crowd. As she moves through, and they're going to throw out some candy. And then we got behind that, looks like the Little Miss Fairest of the Fair, which is Chloe Stevens. And she's moving a little slower than the rest of them, waving to the crowd. And we appreciate her. And then as she moves through, throwing candy to the crowd. They'll throw it out and move through in the vehicle. And we will have her move through as she moves through. Then behind that, we've got Signature Healthcare of Fentress County. The folks over at the nursing home do an outstanding job. Signature Healthcare of Fentress County come through waving the crowd. Some of the residents riding in the bus. And behind that, we have the Tennessee Country Kickers, I believe, is on our list. But if our list is correct, Ashley said good luck with the list. Thanks, Ashley. As they move through, being driven by Edric Linder. Edric waving to the crowd. And the Tennessee Country Kickers coming through, throwing out beads. No beads, throw me a bead. No bead. Oh, there you go. Good throw. So tossing out beads of the Country Kickers. And then behind that, we have, let's see, the Boy Scout troop, or Boy Scout Cub Scout, I should say. Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, Pack 130 coming through. Pack 130 come through waving to the crowd. And these guys being brought through, and Cub Scout Pack number 130 moving through. Then behind that, we got one of those classic old trucks, and that's going to have the Little Miss Spring Blossom, Briley Clark, and Little Miss Crown of Hope, Brooklyn Clark. So a couple of winners there. And then behind that, we got the 21 Crown of Hope, Young Miss Hope, Lillian Nicole Cooper. And then we got a little bit of a break, so let's take a quick timeout. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back for more from the parade.
Fentress Farmers Co-op is your source for all things farm. Qualifying Tennessee Agricultural Enhancement Program products such as round bale feeders, mineral feeders, bunk feeders, corral systems, and livestock handling equipment can be found at your co-op. Stop by Fentress Farmers Co-op for more information on these and other products approved for TAEP purchase. Application dates for this year are October 1st through the 15th. Fentress Farmers Co-op, 1219 Old Highway 127 South, right here in Jamestown.
And back here at the Pumpkin Parade, we're moving through now. We got a big tractor trailer with an American flag on it. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit out here. You can probably hear that, getting a little bit cloudy. Let's hope we can stave off the rain for the rest of the festival here today. The annual parade coming through right now, and in that we've got the Mini Miss 4th of July, Emory Delk moving through, and Emory Delk getting through to the crowd and waving. And now we got another break, so Kevin, while we got another break, let's get another few commercials in. We'll be back in a moment with more from the parade.
Fentress County Road Supervisor Joy Reagan is proud to sponsor all local events in Fentress County and will be the first to help any way he can. So if you need Joy, give him a call at 879-7913. That's 879-7913, and he'll be there guaranteed. This is Fentress County Road Supervisor Joy Reagan's pledge to you.
What's for lunch today? Try the soda fountain at Hall Family Pharmacy. The soda fountain serves up fresh, hot daily specials for lunch, along with homemade desserts. We also have hand-dipped ice cream, milkshakes, and snow cones. If you're in the mood for a taco salad, meat and veggies, or our award-winning Reuben sandwich, make the soda fountain at Hall Family Pharmacy your one-stop lunch destination. While you're waiting on Sheila to get your order ready, browse our gift shop. We've got new items you'll love coming in daily. If you're looking for a midday pick-me-up, stop by Hall Family Pharmacy. You're sure to leave with a smile.
Memories. At the loss of a loved one, sharing our memories is so important. That's why we create a lasting legacy of life.
The funeral service was so moving. The photographs, the flowers, it captured a moment that we'll always remember.
Talk to one of our staff. We can help you with every arrangement effortlessly, economically, and help you create an enduring memory, a lasting legacy of life. Jennings Funeral Homes, sharing a legacy of life.
And back here where we got more parade coming through, we got Willie's Locksmith, the CDBG Entertainment, Country and Elvis show. That is our own Fentress County Commissioner Justin Miller, as Justin coming through with the M&M Mercantile and custom M&M Mercantile. If I'm not mistaken, they've moved over next to Hall's Family Pharmacy over in that across from the hospital, so they've just moved from up in town. Got Mitchell Real Estate on the side of it as they continue to throw candy out to the kids. And Justin Miller moving through. And then behind that, we got the Senior Miss Fairest of the Fair, Barbara Patton. And then behind that, we've got another beauty pageant winner, the 2021 Little Miss Mountaineer, Carly Franklin. Carly moving through. Then we got a vehicle from Showtime Ford over in Wartburg, folks. If you need a Ford, go see the folks over in Showtime Ford. And that's booming them out, throwing out candy. And then behind that, we got some of those classic old cars. Here's another one that was brought to you by Showtime Ford, the old truck. And then behind that, we got the 2021 Teen Miss Standing Stone, Jaden Voiles. Jaden moving through. Another one of those beauty pageant winners. Then we got some of those classic old cars again, as we got a nice old Chevy pickup. And then we got another Chevy pickup behind that. Folks, we had a great car show day. If you didn't get to see it, check out the video. Kip went and videoed what he could of them, but he couldn't have got them all because he'd been up there all day. He'd been up there all day, and he'd still be up there. And there's some moving through, throwing out candy. And then behind that, we got the old classic Thunderbird. Nice old T-Bird. As that's moving through. And I don't have these on my list. These were some they put in that actually were competed in the parade today. And behind that, we got a nice rat rod coming up. Seen this one up there today when I was up checking them out. This is a nice little vehicle here as they come moving through. The rat rods, as they call them. Moving through. Going out candy to the kids. Behind that, we've got the 2021 Junior Mountaineer, Macy Joe Cooper. Macy Joe coming through in the nice old Chevy Cheyenne truck. Then we got some of the rescue squad, I believe, moving through. Then we got the director of the parade who moving through, Ashley Bilbrey, who gave me a list that's wrong. She didn't hear me. There's another one of those nice side-by-sides moving through. And that is the trend today, is those side-by-sides. And a lot of folks moving through in the parade. And Kevin, I see the fire truck up there. I'm not sure. I think some of these people have just pulled out in front of the fire truck up here. I'm not sure, but we got a lot of folks moving through the area. We're going to take a quick timeout, and then we'll be back to wrap it up from the parade here in just a few moments. When you need to purchase land, you want someone you can trust to get you the best parcel at the best price. That means you need Allert Real Estate Associates, formerly Allert Land Company, who has years of experience and knowledge of the area and the business. Call them today at 879-8517 and let Allert Real Estate Associates make your property dreams come true.
Local problems come in all shapes and sizes. But if you're a Tennessee Farm Bureau member, you can get the help you need with local problems no matter what their size. From property tax equity to land use development and groundwater protection, Farm Bureau works with you and your local officials, offering the expertise, resources, and problem-solving skills you need on local issues. Farm Bureau in Tennessee, where membership means value. For more information, call Fentress County Farm Bureau at 879-8016.
When I say I'm going on a run in the morning, I mean a McDonald's run. Like
Union Bank has been your hometown.
When I say I'm going on a run in the morning, I mean a McDonald's run. Like to get the crispy chicken biscuit. It's made with a crispy, juicy, and tender chicken filet on a warm, flaky biscuit. Try one for breakfast. Mix and match the crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Get any two for just $4. You know it's going to be a good day when it starts with a McDonald's run. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Valid when product served.
From championships to participation awards, MVP to most improved. If you want to show they're the best, go to R&T Trophies in Jamestown with any size trophies, plaques, and engravable awards and gifts. They also carry sports keychains, clocks, desk accessories, plastic engraved wall and door signs, and sports lapel pins. For more information, call Roger or Teresa Tompkins at 879-6575 or stop by their location in the H&R Block Building, because everyone likes to be awarded for a job well done. When it comes to a state representative, actions speak louder than words is Representative John Mark Wendell's motto. John Mark has been a majority floor leader, a member of the House Transportation, Agriculture, and Natural Resources Committees. Locally, he's been a leader in keeping state funding for York Institute, and if one of his constituents has a concern, then it's John Mark's too. So when it comes to state representatives, I guess actions do speak louder than words. And back here we've got at the Allert Pumpkin Festival. Don't forget, folks, still got a lot of stuff coming up tonight. Got more music over there on the main stage. It's going to be Southern Comfort cranking up here in a few minutes. Following that, we will have the group Higher Ground will come on after that, and the great gospel group coming up, as we got a lot of folks still moving through now, and we see the fire trucks from Allard moving through as well. But a great parade here today, and still a lot of stuff going on here at the festival. Still a lot of food out here, folks. Whatever you want to eat, they've got it out here. So come on out and join them at the Allard Pumpkin Festival. It's going on till around 6 this evening, so be sure to turn out for that. And we want to take a quick timeout, and we'll get us some spots in, and then we'll be back with a wrap-up of this one right after this.
We don't always have time to get to the credit union. That's why we use mobile banking. With mobile banking, we can pay bills, transfer funds, and more, all from our smartphones. Now the time we used to spend at the credit union, we spend with the kids. My credit union is mobile, just like my family.
Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union, a better way to bank. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at ucfcu.org.
Today is the first day of the rest of your life, and you should look and feel your best. Cheryl Lester, owner of the Hair Zone in Allard, says when you look good, you feel good. So she and an esthetician invite you to come by and let them work their magic on you. And the Hair Zone also stocks a full line of CBD products to make you feel better. Call the Hair Zone today at 879-4077 for any occasion or just any day that ends in the letter Y. That's the Hair Zone in Allard, where they'll get your hair in the zone.
Union Bank has been your hometown bank since 1904, and we are proud to celebrate 117 years of customer service. With customers like ours, it's easy to celebrate your successes along with our own. When you choose Union Bank, you choose a bank that's here for you, but we are also a bank that's here with you and because of you. We know without you, our customers, we would not be 117 years strong. From each of us at Union Bank to each of you, we say thank you.
Union Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
What makes Himbo's Convenience Centers really convenient? You'll find everything you need when you need it, like your favorite snacks, needed grocery items, a complete deli, a delicious cup of fresh brewed coffee, and of course quality Gulf gasoline. And since you're on the go, how about a touch-free automatic car wash and vacuum system? Now that's convenient. Located on Highway 52 at the bypass and Highway 127 South next to the Armory. That's Himbo's Convenience Centers. And back here at the Allard Pumpkin Festival Parade, as we're wrapping up our parade, we want to thank our sponsors for all our coverage that we've done all day long here at the Allard Pumpkin Festival. They are McDonald's, Farm Bureau, Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union, Dairy Queen, Fentress Farmers Co-op, R&T Trophies, the Hair Zone here in Allard, Jimmy Johnson, County Executive Jimmy Johnson, I should say, State Representative John Mark Wendell, Union Bank, Hall's Family Pharmacy and All Sports and Outdoors, Joey Reagan, Fentress County Road Supervisor, Himbo's Convenience Centers in Jamestown, and then out south of Jamestown on 127 South. Also Jennings Funeral Home in Jamestown and Clark Range. Allard Real Estate Associates, they're located right on the corner up here in Allard, and the Monday Funeral Home are sponsors for our broadcast of Pumpkin Festival events. Be sure to catch the videos of these. They're going to be also, not only are they going to be on CLTV, they will also be on our Facebook page if you want to check them out, and Wesley will upload them to our YouTube channel as well. That's going to wrap it up for us from here for 15104 News. I'm Gary Clark. Thank you for joining us for the Allard Pumpkin Festival. See you next year.